Hello, everybody. We have a little guest with us today. It was obviously not so simple to make these classes. So you got to do them in every circumstance, but they're so lovely. Don't you love them? This is our little daughter, cute little daughter, Hadassah Esther. Anyway, she's going to join us and she's helped me a lot to study for this one. So we talk about a situation whereby we see ourselves asking ourselves, is there a reason why these things are happening to me that are so difficult? And one thing that I happened to me personally is that I had a situation where the I had a security deposit on a property. I was subletting a property for my rental business, and I gave a very large security deposit to the owner. I paid him on time every single month. When it came time to get my security deposit, when the lease was over, he did not want to give it back to me. And I said to myself, what's going on? Why am I not getting back my money? And then he claimed that there were some damages to the property. I had proof of images. He didn't properly notice me. No, you have to send a notice in the state of Florida. Long story short, I went in front of the judge. The judge said, yeah, you're right. He didn't notice you. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. At the end of the judgment, everything was in our favor. The judge said, you know what? He doesn't owe you the money, and I don't believe he knows you the money. You should know better. And just basically sided with the other guy and made him pay his legal fees as well. This was very disappointing because I said to myself, why is this happening to me? I don't understand. And there are times where a person you're entitled to to compensation or to getting your money back, but for some reason Hashem says, you know what, this is not the time. This is not the time for you to win. This is not the time for you. There's a reason why you're not supposed to get this money. And maybe in a previous life, you did something to that person, and this is just compensation. This is just them getting back the money that they're owed. So there's an interesting story in this book that mentions a story of the Baal Shem Tov, that he was once visiting a very wealthy guy, and he saw, he was wealthy. He visited him, and he was by him, and he said, look, is it possible for you to give me something as a gift from your wonderful house? You have so much. Can I choose something? He said, yeah, of course, choose whatever you want. He said, well, I'd like to have that horse. He says, oh no, I'm sorry, but that horse is like the equivalent to 4 horses. And so, you can take anything, I'll gift you anything else. I want to help the rabbi and the community, whatever it is that you want, let me know. We went ahead and he went ahead and saw, he said, you know what, do you have any debts that were owed to you? So he goes through his book. He says, yeah, there's this one debt of a guy who owes me a lot of money. And basically, I never got this money, and he died. And so you could take that debt. And so if I'm never going to collect this money anyways. So if you find a way to get the money, good, God bless. So what he did was he took that paper with that contract, with the debt that was owed, and the Baal Shem Tov ripped it. And, he didn't think too much of it, and then he left. And what ended up happening was that the Baal Shem Tov, what happened shortly after was that this magnificent horse actually died shortly after. And the Baal Shem Tov came to understand that the reason being for it was that this was a debt. This was a debt that was owed previously from to this man, and as a repayment, God brought this man that passed away back into the world as a horse, and now produced money for this man because he was as good as 4 horses, and basically that was his method of repayment. So he had to come back to this world. And this is why it's so important that we should not have any debts to anybody, because God forbid you might have to come back in your next life to repay that debt. And sometimes it means coming back as an animal. And so in every situation, we have to really try to, if something is bothering you right now and you're going through a certain challenge and there's no logical reason, tell yourself that this might be something that is a result of my previous life, or something that I'm going to have to take care of, as in Olam Haba, my next life, in the future, when I'm not in this world anymore. Another example is brought up is where there was somebody in his 20s who was dating, and he kept on dating girls, and it kept on not working out, and he was getting depressed. He's like, why am I not finding my wife? And he went to Rav Mordechai Schwab from Muncie, and turns out that the Rav gave him an example and said it could be that in your previous life you were some big shot boss and you fired 40 of your secretaries, and now these 40 secretaries had descendants, and each of those girls you're dating are from those 40 secretaries. It's a little bit far-fetched in my opinion, but you can't, you don't, we don't know what it is that we have to do and what it is we have to work in this world in order to possibly make up and catch up for something that somebody did in our previous life. All right, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Be happy, be positive, be strong. Have bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and everything will be amazing. Don't forget to follow me, YouTube, WhatsApp, CryptoYid.com. Like, subscribe, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.